Okay, hey everyone.
All right, thank God.
Yeah, sorry again, we had yet a round of technical difficulties, this time with the mod managers, and
We know what it is now, though, so it won't
yeah,
happen
yeah,
again.
exactly. At least we are now experienced in running this shit, and hopefully there will be no problems this time, next time around. Okay, so yeah, we can get back to it, right, Sotek?
I already readied up.
Hey everyone in the chat, hey Joseph, I've seen a lot of you lately, and hey MD Gamer, Paul, Macings, Justin, oh, and Sotek, the real Sotek. Okay, hey everyone, and I hope you'll have a good time. Now, Sotek, we already talked about this a bit before, but for everyone else, I think it would be fun to once again do a little round of speculations for Game 3.
Okay, what'd you have in mind?
So let's start with the obvious thing. What will be the starting races? Now everyone is pretty much certain that it will be very heavily chaos focused, which is a good thing, of course. So now we are running into the issue if they are going to make, you know, god specific factions. Do you think they will release them all at launch? Let's say if they keep up the format of having 4 factions at launch. Let's say that all those 4 god-specific factions fall into the Warriors of Chaos, you know, larger faction thing. And if that's the case, do you think they will release all the 4 god-specific factions at launch? Or will we get just like, let's say, Korn and Zinj factions, and later down the line we'll get, you know, Nurgle and Slanesh as, let's say, DLC?
So here's what I suspect. I think that the most likely scenario, if they're feeling a little bold, is to do Chaos Dwarves, Ogre Kingdoms, and then instead of having a third and fourth faction, do the Demons of Chaos, but also have a god-specific faction for each god.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be further expanded on, but I would not be surprised if at launch we just got a huge amount of chaos alongside the Chaos Lords and Ogre Kingdoms instead of the typical 4 races that we've gotten used to with the first 2 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
Which, hopefully that would go well. I have no idea how the community at large would react to that.
Yeah, indeed, I heard... I don't know if it was from you or from somebody else, but I basically heard a good, maybe not argument, but a good point. Basically someone saying that one of the starting factions should, or at least like would be good if it was Kislev, since you at least need 1 order factions for, you know, guys who play order factions. Even though like the Game 3 will be heavily, you know, like maybe not exactly evil, but, you know, chaos focused, you still need like, you know, little thing to level out the equilibrium, if you know what I mean.
So I think what it comes down to is that if Mortal Empires is going to be releasing later, like they did with Game 2, I totally agree. If they decide to have Mortal Empires ready to go at launch, then I think they have a lot more wiggle room. But, I mean, that's a total toss-up about how they're going to potentially handle that. Also, apologies for the load times, guys. Whenever I load into a campaign for the first time of the day, it's usually pretty slow.
Yeah, it's alright. As someone who, before I got this new PC just like a month and a half ago, I already told Sotek I would used to load into campaigns for like 5 to 6 minutes.
Alright, I'm in.
Okay. And yeah, and I have this battle from last time. What's the map? Let's see it. Okay, that's pretty damn good. Let's fight it. We don't need siege engines for this. And where was I? Oh yeah, and since Okay, good. I thought it froze for a second. Since we are talking about Game 3, do you think we'll get an expansion into the, you know, Chaos Wastes? What do you think about like the game map?
I'm expecting the map to be the Darklands, the Chaos Waste, and the Mountains of Morn. That's what I'm expecting.
I don't really know what to expect from like the Chaos Waste. I don't know a lot about Chaos Waste outside from what, you know, I learned from Demon Slayer, the Gotrek and Felix book, for those who don't know. And so I even though I know there are, of course, you know, rowing bands and factions, etc., within those wastes, would you like imagine there being some sort of like, you know, black fortresses that would work as cities or something like that?
So the thing with the Chaos Wastes is they're a little crazier than most people realize, in that there are fortresses out there. There are they're like these crazy dread fortresses of great power that have some interesting effects to them, and it depends on how far north they go with it. You know, if they decide to have a little bit of Realms of Chaos, and then they even have Chaos Waste, and then they even have a little splash of the Realm of Chaos, then things can get really wild. Because in the Realm of Chaos, we have shit like the Inevitable City, or the Garden of Nurgle, you know, or the Brass Citadel. You know, we have like these really important places in the lore. I don't know if they want to go 100% ham with all that, but it would be pretty awesome to see that. But it also comes down really hard to how they're going to do demons, because demons are a very tricky race from the perspective that Total War has.
Yeah, indeed. I'm very curious as to how they'll implement them. Well, basically, I'll just wait and be surprised. But
is it just me, or is your version of this map? I'm watching the stream on my other screen.
Yeah,
your version of this map looks super dark.
Yeah, as I said, I'm using reshade, so basically this is how the game looks in vanilla.
Oh, that is obnoxious.
And this is of course, like in the darker maps it looks like real dark, but in, you know, outside it looks fucking gorgeous.
Oh, I was gonna say, I prefer my version. My version's a little, I can actually see what's going on.
Well, I can see it too if I, you know, turn it off. But
okay,
like,
you can turn it on and off. Let's see.
But as someone who got used to the reshade version, I just can't seem to be able to revert back to vanilla.
If you want to give me the ranged units, I'll focus on them while you can go siege.
Ready for war.
I'll take this and take these guys, and maybe like go with the Outriders around the flank and maybe, like, you know, break down those gates. Even though for the Outriders, that would
I don't think they're gonna manage, but they'll try.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, like, Balthazar will...
I'll wait until you get, well, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it.
Doesn't matter, like, Balthazar will still basically beat everyone's breaks off, so...
Alright, let's go.
Moving faster. Go. Go. March. Take position.
Taste gold magic. Okay, Balthazar, just get the fuck out of dodge.
Getting a little,
Yeah.
Formation, march.
Okay, I'll just hide in here.
Crossbows, let's get this party started.
For the twin tails comet. Ready for war. Climbing the wall, sir. Climbing
Undertaker asks, any special reason why you didn't include the Crinsos mod in your campaign?
The Crinsos mods? What are those, Undertaker?
Well, that's probably
I think I heard about them, but Wait, I think I'm using them in my solo campaign.
Damn it, wrong name. Oh, the Mixus mod.
Mixes? Okay, I definitely haven't heard about those.
Mixus mod is a mod series that what it's most famous for is it adds like a billion special characters in the game. Like pretty much every hero and
Oh, I see, I see.
lord from tabletop is in the game in some fashion.
Well, the reason I most likely didn't heard about it is
Undertaker is a massive, massive fan of that mod, if you can't tell.
Yeah, okay. Okay, like, I understand where he's coming from, but I don't know why, but for me, these unofficial character mods, I don't know why, but they just don't appeal to me that much. I don't know if it's because they lack the very cool voice acting of the vanilla game, of the other, you know, official characters officially supported by CA, or if it's, you know, the lack of quests or something. I just can't seem to get into any other than, you know, official characters. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's why I
have Gelt go take out the Grudge the Recruit so they'll break.
Yeah. That's why I have a very hard time. That's why I don't really use, like, the Crimson's faction unlocker, for example, because even though it gives the campaign a whole new feel, I just miss those very charismatic legendary lords that are actually supported by CA, and, you know, going with simple, you know, not general, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, any other generic lords is just, I don't know, boring for me. I want to start with some character that has some background to them, you know. Even though, of course, I often create backgrounds to my own like generals and such, but I just have to start with a character that has some character, if you know what I mean.
I think for me, it's always been more of a thing of like I'm kind of the opposite of, I think, most people who play the game.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like confederating and using more than one legendary lord, because I like to roleplay from the idea that, like, there's only one of those special characters in my army,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else is a generic. I prefer using the generic characters so I can customize them. Why is the game paused?
I just lowered the sound for a bit. It was too loud.
I just like being able to make my own stories a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if every single character you have is a legendary lord, then...
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, I'm not saying that all I want is legendary lords. Definitely not. But you know, it takes.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Don't worry.
I definitely love role playing too. I love naming my own lords. I love making stories for my own heroes, especially like wizards who do fucking cool shit. Like my favorite. Okay, we can end the battle, right? Possibly my favorite. Yeah, possibly my favorite thing to do, or at least to experience in an Empire campaign, is the massive war against the vampires. I just fucking love having an Archlector with a Bright Wizard and, you know, creating some role-playing basically and creating some story for them and having them hold up in Stirla and basically, you know, surviving the hordes of undead. It's just so much fun. But I also feel that if... I don't know why, just starting off with just a generic character I don't feel like is enough for me. I just have to start with someone who's already, like, you know, at least a bit fleshed out, so I can get into the actual faction. But, like, I completely understand why people love these mods, and I definitely support the modders who actually, you know, make the characters like... Alistair the White Lion playable, and no, wait, that's actually CA's CA made that character playable, but I definitely seen a lot of mods that actually make some lore characters playable that aren't in the game currently. like I think I played some guy's Marienburg mod, and he added, what was this guy's name? Like he was Sword of something. I don't, Silver Sword or something like that. I thought he, I found it weird because his name was literally something sword or sword something, and I thought like, okay, so this is like a player-made character, and then I found out he was actually like part of the Marienburg lore. Like he's some kind of like, I don't know, an inquisition on him onto himself. He's basically cleaning the streets or something like that. I don't know. But I had fun with that. But it's like another problem with this is that you can't create, you know, custom assets in the game. You can only reuse them, and you can only go so far with creating original characters.
I really hope, like, at the end of this game's life cycle, like,
exactly.
they're like, okay, we're done with Warhammer. I really hope they open up the ability to make custom assets.
It would just, like, let's say they do it at the end of the, you know, game 3, like in 4 years time or in 5 years time from now. That would immediately give the game like at least several more years of constant mod support. Because,
at least.
Because that's, you can do anything with, you know,
I mean, consider how in depth and surprisingly interesting SFO is, and they're recycling constantly.
Exactly, and they do a great job. But of course, as we said, like you can only go so far with this, you know, constant recycling. Like I for example love like the imagination. Some guys who made like for the game 1, they made like, you know, the mods for where you basically have all the chaos specific god factions, and they just had they just had an awesome time with like using the Beastman models for like the Bloodthirster of Khorne, giving like a basic Gore the wings from Malagor, so he looks like he's, you know, the winged Bloodthirster of Khorne, and using the branch wraiths, painting them pink and making them the pink horrors of Zinj. It's funny, but of course you just have to, when you zoom in and look at those models, you just cringe inside. But I still,
Undertaker. So I honestly don't think the reason that the assets are locked is because of worries about that. I honestly think the reason they locked the assets was so that people would not add in all the stuff that they're trying to make into DLC.
Yeah, that's a very good.
You
that's a very
don't
good
want
point.
to give the ability to modders to be able to create content that could be as good as yours before you have the chance to release it. That's just bad business.
Yeah, like given what.
Oh, they're coming outside. This will be fun.
Okay. Like, given the fact what the modders are able to do still, even without having access to making custom assets, it's like they still are doing an amazing job making new and cool stuff for the game and improving the stuff that's already there. And so, yeah, I totally agree that CA wouldn't be too fond of, you know, people creating entire factions before they even put them in the game themselves. Yeah, that's a really good point. Okay, Sotek, you are playing Wood Elves, but the dwarves are trying to kill your allies. Well, what would you expect? Like, if you ally with a faggoty elf, then you don't expect anything from the dwarves.
Okay.
The ultimate chaos mod. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, Joseph. The ultimate chaos mod. And yeah, I heard Undertaker. I heard about those reasons about, like, you know, CA not allowing the use of custom assets due to copyright, but like I don't know if this is something that they have like established in their contract with Games Workshop, Do you know anything about that, Sotek? Like,
I'm sorry, what?
uh, if CA like established any, no, if Games Workshop like established any rules.
Here, do a nice flanking action
yeah.
with these sweet boys.
If Games Workshop like established any rules when it comes to copyright.
I don't know the full answer to that. The only thing I know about the contract between the two companies is that whenever they do a DLC. Why does my weird? No, don't worry about it. The only thing I know for certain is that CA basically has to get an okay whenever they make something. For Total War Warhammer, like they can't just do it. Like there has to be approval from Games Workshop.
Oh, I see.
Games Workshop is apparently extremely lax about it because you know we've seen some pretty crazy shit. But yeah, I don't know anything about the actual like copyright relationship between the two.
Yeah, but. I
assume it's really not that restrictive. I think the thing is that it's more of CA wanting to protect themselves from potential issues, but it could also be that and it could be Games Workshop has a very strong hand in it, in that they don't want people using the game to maybe make Lord of the Rings or something, especially if Games Workshop is maybe interested in trying to get the rights to those, because most people forget that Games Workshop owns the rights to the Lord of the Rings tabletop game.
Yeah.
Like Games Workshop already has a really good relationship with the Tolkien Foundation, and they literally just re-released Lord of the Rings.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Oh,
Just
that's
like
cool.
This past week, they re-released Lord of the Rings: This Battle for Middle Earth, because it was for a bid that you could only get models from The Hobbit.
I know about that. That's why I'm so surprised.
Yeah, they released a brand new edition where you can use all of your stuff from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and I think it's just called Middle Earth now. And it's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And like the first release set is a box set. That's the Battle of Pelennor Field, which is a really cool box set. Because you get like the Witch King on the Fell Beast, and you get King Theoden and a bunch of other really cool shit.
That's pretty damn cool. Yeah, like I don't know. I hope at some point the modders will have the ability to add custom assets, but yeah, until the game rounds out.
But I kind of feel like I have the same feeling about that I do about the Army Painter. There's no reason for CA to do an Army Painter until the game is done. Like there have been so many people that are like, they're evil because they won't put on an Army Painter, and there's like, what's the point of putting on an Army Painter if you're gonna have to update it every single time you add anything to the game? Like think about how upset everybody got when Game 2 came out and like Mortal Empires was super buggy because of all the new races. Imagine how bad it would be if we had something like an Army Painter and it got super buggy because every time you released a new race.
Yeah.
Like just wait till the game's done and then they'll give us an Army Painter.
Man, Army Painter, I
can't. Be good.
Be good. I can't wait for it. Like seeing some of the even like Karak Kadron has a pretty damn awesome color scheme.
Oh yeah, I love their color scheme. Red Dwarves for life.
Who else is like a pretty damn cool color scheme? I remember like salivating over some factions color scheme recently.
Dude, I am so fucking excited for the alternate Lizardman factions color schemes.
Yeah, I think I saw like a in one of your streams those white lizard men.
Oh yeah,
like they look pretty damn awesome. Those aligned with chaos, led by a Shaggoth.
Oh my god, I fucking hate that faction. I have bitched about it so much because it's like the least lore friendly thing.
Yeah.
I think they're called the Thunder Scorn, or no, they're called the Storm Scorn or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, Undertaker, an Avatar Conquest for...
I don't know, Undertaker. I think if you gave people the option to have an army picture and you were like, hey, when you go into multiplayer, you can customize the way your army looks, I think people would fucking love that.
Oh, definitely. Because and even like having some, maybe, I don't know, like tweaking your banners, tweaking your, maybe some like game assets, maybe that would be pretty damn fucking cool too. You know, customizing your army so that it's actually differentiated from all the other players. Naming your army, that would be something pretty damn cool.
Yeah, yeah. You know, if it was just like dwarves and then parentheses it had whatever you wanted to call your army, that would be super awesome.
Oh yeah, banner holders, another pretty damn cool thing.
Banner holders would be cool. I'm not expecting them, but they would be.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Because you know, the instant they put in banner holders, everyone would start bitching for musicians.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love Avatar Conquest. That sounds like a ball. I don't think it's necessarily tied to a army painter. I think the two are very separate ideas.
Yeah.
Do I want to extort the greenskins or execute them? Nah, let's execute them. Best greenskin is a dead greenskin.
Yep. Yeah. What do you think, like, the... What do you think the... how do you think, like, the Ogre Kingdoms will be played? Do you suspect them to be a Horde faction?
I expect them... I could see them either as a Horde faction or as like a hybrid.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
I'm expecting a hybrid. I don't think they're going to do any more pure Hordes. I think they're done with that. Like, how could you make a Horde that would be different from the Beastmen and Chaos, you know? Or Norska. You know, Norska is like a hybrid Horde. So I would expect it more in that angle.
Yeah.
What do I want to do?
Hey there, Immortality.
Hey, Immortality. Immortality is one of my mods.
Okay. You like those cards, Joseph?
You don't have to like mom or anything. Just I'm just saying. He's good.
Okay.
Cadrina checks.
I'm surprised the whole didn't just auto collapse.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Let's clean up the
Good
scraps
news is
then.
the leader is really weak, so we can just run and kill everybody.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite faction in the game?
So far,
Mm-hmm.
Lizardman.
Yeah, it was
Second
pretty
favorite
obvious.
is Vampire Counts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of people don't expect that, but like the Kimmler campaign, I can do that shit forever. Like, someone could come to me and be like, you are eternally fated to just play Kimmler for the rest of the time. And I'd be like, I'm a little disappointed, but I'm okay with that.
What do you find so entertaining about that? Like, I'm not saying that the Vampire Cows are boring, like, far from it. I definitely enjoy them too,
I
but...
like about, well, I like Horde-ish gameplay, like having a massive army that just runs everybody over. The other thing is that I just love Kimmler, man. He's so fucking funny to me. Like, he's super fun. He's a really strong support character, and Krell is just fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like, Krell is one of the coolest characters in the game. And I love being able to summon him. I know a lot of people wish you could just have him as like a regular hero, but A, I like that he doesn't take up a slot in my army. And B, I like that I can summon him wherever I want, which is super great in sieges. Because I just walk up to the gate and summon Krell on the other side. And he proceeds to just destroy everyone.
Yeah, and for people who want to want Krell as a you know, character to just, you know, use as a hero basically. There definitely is a mod for that, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That gives him a skill tree, etc. But
I mean, that's basically what Mixus is.
yeah,
Mixus
I
is
completely.
Like, do you want a special character? Here you go.
Yeah, but
have all of them.
I completely agree with, you know, having him being a summonable unit. It's just so fun, and I love summoning units in as the vampire counts. Not as much as Skaven. Like the mechanic is cool, but but for vampires,
Oh, yeah,
it's
I
just
forgot we were playing. We were playing this
map.
I should check the map before I.
That doesn't matter. Just give me some units, and I'll put them on this different starting position.
Okay. I will give you.
Maybe just like some dwarves with shields, because I am suspecting the greenskins will put something up on there.
Oh, they have walls on that side.
Mm-hmm. Although
okay,
I don't think they have towers here.
Okay,
so maybe the.
I'm gonna attack that side. I'll let you attack from the other direction.
Okay.
Because I want to use my siege weapons, since I actually bothered to bring them.
Yeah, and
I will give you.
I
will give you these two boys and them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I definitely feel you when it comes to Kemmler. Like, he has one of the most fun voice acting from all the
Plus,
legendary
like, the
lore.
vampires, honest to God, are my least favorite part about the vampire counts. Like, I love the necromancers so much. I feel like they're really undervalued.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I know a ton of vampire count players who are just the most. I'm not going to name names, but I know vampire count fans, and I consider them and dark elf fans to be the most annoying fucking people on the planet. They're just the worst. Ugh, God, I hate them so much. Like they tend to be super focused on what I just super annoying things, in my opinion.
For example?
Well, like this may make someone upset, but like I don't mean it in a bad way, but like vampire count players. So like vampire count players and dark elf players will be the people who like CA. Just as a random example, will be like, all right, let's create this character, and design them exactly correct to the way their models look, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the vampire count players will come out of left field and be like, I don't appreciate that all of my vampire count female characters are overly sexualized. And I'm just sitting there in the back like, have you fucking seen the artwork?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen the source material? You bigot!
Yeah. And then on the other hand, you have the other extremes.
And the dark elf players are like, I don't like how they're objectifying the witch elves. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that we're not basing it off the source material. A bunch of naked women who stab people to death in an orgy.
They are called the Brides of Cain. Like, this is basically a nightgown. Wait, not nightgown, wedding gown.
Like this game is not based on.
Yeah, that's like complaining that Warhammer is overly violent. Like, oh wow, really? What did you expect? Like, this is Warhammer.
Also, the big thing for me is that, from personal experience, Vampire Count players and Dark Elf players tend to be the most annoying people when it comes to, like, well, you know, I don't like the way they represented this faction because it doesn't match this source material. And I'm sitting there in the back like, all right, so you nitpicked your favorite part or character out of a narrow black library book that's not technically canon, and you're ignoring all the lore from the past 20 years of army books. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, what can you do?
I apologize for that tangent, chat. I'm not naming names. I consider Izzy a friend. I do want to make that clear. Okay, I actually really like this map. At first I didn't like it because I thought there were like no walls and gates. And it's like, oh wait, no, there is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like some of them
they've got the 3 bolt doors for a tower on that flank. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for like some of these.
I do wish they had managed walls all around instead of just on one flank, but that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what dwarf hold would just let you walk in?
Yeah. Like.
Granted, I acknowledge Karagongor is a fallen hold, but still, you know.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, the vampires will actually attack you at Karakadrin because it has a fucking hilariously.
Oh yeah, I'm
cool
very
map.
familiar with the Karakadrin map. I helped make it.
Oh really?
Yeah, that one and Karazakara are my babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Undertaker. Yeah, I mean that's
the Tyrion debate. What is that about?
When they released Tyrion's model, there was a ton of arguments about his appearance because a lot of people didn't like his like coloration and the way he looked in general, even though he looked pretty fucking accurate to the model.
Okay.
Because whenever there's a book about a character and Games Workshop has artwork commissioned, it's usually by an independent artist who just sort of flares it up in the way they want to. So a lot of people were upset that it wasn't their version of Tyrion.
Really, I don't really understand it. I have of course from when I work on my animations, I used Tyrion a few times, and so like I always download like a buttload of both artwork and models, and I don't know, he just seems alright to me. Like, was there something like really out there that
I don't even remember what it was.
Okay. Okay, Undertaker. People complained that Tyrion had red armor instead of blue. Okay. So I don't see the issue, but okay. It's well, I of course I understand if some people get upset about that, because some people can get upset about anything, but I don't know, I just...
Oh, thank God, the Red-Eyed Tribe is dead. I get to go to war with the Bloody Spears tribe. Hooray!
I'm just looking at the Kislev town, Volksgrad, and I just fucking hate the town because I don't know why, but you know, in one of those Volkmar's quest battles, you have to actually sack that settlement so you can get the Jade Griffin.
Yeah.
And it's just the most annoying thing, because you know that once you get on Kislev's backside, you are basically bad side, you are basically fucked.
Yeah, they're not gonna forgive that for a while.
Yeah, for a long while. Like, even if they like you, they will like not give you trade rights or defensive.
Yeah, they're one of the most stubborn factions in the game.
Yeah, they are right up there with the Border Princes.
The only race I know that's more stubborn than Kislev is the Lizardmen, because of their cold-blooded trait.
One more time, please.
I said the most stubborn faction in the game when it comes to like diplomacy is actually the Lizardmen, because they have a cold-blooded trait built in that makes them like really difficult to make as allies.
Yeah, and even with that, I definitely had much more luck getting trade and non-aggression pacts with them than with Kislev or like Border Princes or Tilea. No, well, Tilea is okay. No, Tilea isn't okay. Estalia is okay. Yeah, Sotek is playing the Karakadrin faction.
Why do the Asur pretty much hate Bretonia? I mean, they don't really care about Bretonia that much. I wouldn't say they hate them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the elves just kind of view everyone else as inferior to them. I mean, Volkmar is kind of a nut job. It wouldn't be that out of the realm of things for him to like attack a Kislevite settlement if he truly believed there was a justification to do so.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the quest line is and how they try and justify it. But, I mean, it is,
I don't remember either.
What?
I'd have to go back and play it.
I am
It's been a long time since I played Volkmar.
Who calls?
I call.
I am
Okay.
the Supreme Patriarch.
And
By the comet.
okay, let's do this. And yeah, like this could be easily fixed with just like you already have quests that like have you send characters across half the map. You basically take like 20 to 30 turns, but if you especially if you don't have any agents straight away. So I don't understand why you have to actually march with Volkmar up there and, fuck up Kislev, but yeah.
Well, the thing to remember, Undertaker, is that ultimately the game really oversimplifies attacking like settlements because like Volkmar would not declare war on the entirety of the Kislev. He would just sack the settlement he needed to for whatever reason he had, and then he'd move on. He wouldn't like go to war with the Tsarina over it. Like she might retaliate, but like there are border skirmishes between the Empire and Kislev all the time. There are border wars between all the different provinces of the Empire all the time.
Mm.
When I am Bretonia, there's a minus 25 hate for high elves. Oh, well, Bretonians don't like elves. I thought you meant from the high elf perspective. Bretonians really do not like elves, but that's because they have a really rocky relationship with Ethel Lauren.
I thought that they had like a quote-unquote non-aggression pact.
Not
Yeah, but like
sort of, but not because they like them. It's more of because they're scared of them.
mhm. Yeah,
the Wood Elves in Bretonia generally do not like each other.
yeah, what's his name? Orion basically fucks with the Bretonian countryside
he
every
rampages
year,
through
right?
Bretonia all the time.
Mm.
He does not give a damn.
Ready for war!
Okay, let's go.
Show us the foe! To battle! Spearmen! Quick march! Move out! At speed!
Hmm. Nice shots.
Halberdiers! For Heldenhammer! No lingering!
What's your currently like least favorite faction to play?
Moving out!
Probably Empire.
Oh really? Like I never heard anyone hating the Empire.
I find them very boring.
Feel my fire.
Any particular reason?
March!
They're just boring humans.
Okay, fair enough. I guess.
I don't like humans that much. Like Bretonia, I like because it's just a bunch of knights and they're really over the top in a lot of ways, which I adore. But other than that, yeah.
Heading out! Take position! Ready! Take
Plus, the Empire is just kind of a jack of all trades faction, which I don't find overtly appealing. I really like when factions have a specific weakness, because that adds a challenge to them that I really enjoy.
Glory to the Empire! Taking position!
Like when you have a faction, you're just like, they're good at everything. I'm just like, where's the challenge then?
Haste go magic. I am master of Shabon.
Charge!
Yeah, definitely Undertaker. I would definitely either have it be something like let Volkmar either just plunder the province or send an agent there to, like, I don't know, assault the garrison or something.
Oh, I almost forgot. Yeah, I would say the biggest reason I don't like the Empire though is just that like they are so desperately in need of an update. Like,
Yeah.
their campaign is just so boring in my opinion. Just because it's like the most basic bitch campaign in the game.
Oh, come on. Okay, good.
I wish High Elves could ride Griffins. Hopefully they'll add that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they finally gave us Manticores for Dark Elves, so I would not be surprised if eventually we get Griffins for High Elves.
I'm hoping for the Dragon Mages of Kalador.
The Empire!
Oh yeah, Dragon Mages would be sick.
Because there's like another. It's like a hybrid sort of hero. You know, it's not just like a squishy mage. You have it on a Sun Dragon, so like, you know.
It's a little squishy.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it's like a beast in combat, but it definitely is not as squishy as, you know, regular mage on a horseback. Also, I just love anything with fire, so sign me up for Dragon Mages of Kalador.
Especially because, and the only reason I hold out strong hope for that is because we haven't seen a lore fire wizard for High Elves yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen many wizards for many laws with High Elves yet.
Yeah, Dark Elves definitely came out better, Queen of the Crown. I mean, High Elves came out really well with Alariel's campaign, and their power level in multiplayer went up considerably, but I still think the Dark Elves got the better end of the deal.
Yeah, Joseph, you are right. Like, the Law Master of Hoeth is pretty much the hybrid caster slash melee specialist, but I don't know. I just find.
Well, yeah, but he's not like a monstrous character.
Yeah. Dragon Mage, you basically have it on.
Like, a
riding
Dragon
a
Mage would
dragon.
actually let you run an interesting all-dragon army, which would be
Yeah.
fucking legit. Plus, variety is the spice of life.
Exactly. I just fucking love building, like, with dwarves. When I play dwarves, I love building, like, traditional armies versus, like, full-on Engineers Guild themed armies.
Oh, yeah.
There's just the best shit. The same thing with Empire. Okay. Does Blackstone Post have anything?
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Let's level up Balthazar.
Wood Elves are cool, but their campaign is desperately in need of an overhaul.
Yep.
Their campaign is actual garbage.
Yeah, I love playing Wood Elves, but I hate their campaign.
The Amber mechanic is just broken as fuck. It needs a complete revamp. Yeah, Norska was cool. I loved Norska. I was not excited at first when I heard about them because I was like, how are you going to do Norska and not like steal from the Warriors of Chaos instead? I was genuinely scared they were going to split up the roster. And then they blew my mind because they were just like, hey, check out all this monstrous arcanum shit. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy Norska a lot. I I really like human factions, and even though I'm much more into like order factions, I still enjoy Norska because you know it's a human faction with monsters. That's why I fucking love about them. And I hope that when the Ogre Kingdoms come out, we maybe get like at least like a regiment of renown of some, you know, Ogre mercenaries.
You mean like man-eaters?
Hmm?
What for what? Ogres for
Greetings
what?
from Sigma.
What did you say?
You said you want ogre mercenaries. What do you mean?
For the Empire. Like they...
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very confident we will see Chaos Ogres for the Warriors of Chaos roster. I don't know about Ogre Mercenaries though. That would be fun though. Like imagine if they like revamped the Imperial offices and one of them was like a paymaster and it would let you like hire like special regiments like ogres.
Uh-huh. That would be pretty cool.
Non-aggression with Ostermark, I'll take it.
I am Karl Franz. Many call me Emperor.
What do you want?
We will tolerate the manlings.
Immortality, you have almost no DLCs, you say? Except for the... Oh, you don't even have Chaos. Oh.
Dear Lord of Morty.
Yeah. You should
Give me a
definitely get...
reminder in December and I'll buy you a few.
You should definitely get some. It definitely gives like a breath of fresh air to the game. What would you say is like the best DLC? Like that's kind of
I would say the best DLC is Tomb Kings
yeah.
right now.
That was like an obvious obvious question when I think about it now.
Though
Because
Norska is really good.
oh,
Uh,
that's
Personally,
right.
I like Beastmen, but they're not for everyone. I fully acknowledge that. Like, if you don't like horde mechanics, Beastmen aren't going to do anything for you. If you do like horde mechanics, like here's the thing: if you really enjoy building up a massive empire, probably shouldn't play Beastmen. If you just want to be able to explore the world at your pace and just go wild, then Beastmen are right up your alley.
Yeah, definitely.
And Wood Elves, I would not recommend anyone buy Wood Elves until
They are updated.
Until they're updated, because it's that bad.
Unless you like really into, unless you are really into multiplayer.
And unless you just fucking love Wood Elves, in which case, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and wait for sales.
Let's see.
Good joke, Undertaker.
Really wish they had expanded the skill trees of the dwarf characters. Because, like, I'm going to have maxed out characters by, like, level 10.
Oh, really?
Dwarves. Yeah, because, like, they didn't add anything to a lot of them. Like, Ungrim doesn't have any more abilities, nor does any of the Runesmiths. Like, they didn't really expand anything.
Okay, let's see. No.
Witch Hunter Dread. Just like that's literally Bruner the Bounty Hunter. That's what you want, is Bruner the Bounty Hunter. He's amazing. But he's literally Judge Dredd.
Step to it.
Northmen come.
There's like a little Norscan raiding party here. Eh. Oh yeah, and for any of my subscribers who like watch me for my animations, something, I wouldn't say really big, but something is coming soon. I'm working on like a larger project, so
For that is all I ever want.
I'll keep you posted on that.
Indeed. Oh, yeah, I was sitting there, I was like, I thought you won some of the giveaways.
What did you say?
And Morty's talking about DLCs again. He won a DLC from me during the Queen of the Crown giveaway. Hope everyone's looking forward to whatever the hell the next campaign pack is. We're definitely going to be doing a big event and giveaway for that too. Hopefully it's good.
Hopefully, indeed.
Like, if Tomb Kings were any indicator about
Hail to Leon Corn.
how
How
faction...
can the Empire
Oh yeah,
It
it was like a
I'm
drastic.
already pretty hyped.
It was like a drastic change, even compared to Norsca. Like Norsca
Oh,
was
yeah.
good, but Tomb Kings were fucking great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, hopefully they're doing another Game 1 race update alongside it, which would be really nice.
Mm-hmm. What faction would you update if you could choose one?
I mean, I personally, for me, I would rather they update the greenskins next, but I would be
Yeah.
fine with any of the races.
Yeah, I love the greenskins, but their campaign is just so boring.
I mean, I really like playing them. I just hate a lot of their mechanics because they're not well implemented, unfortunately. I mean, but that's most of the Game 1 races. Like they really struggled to strike like a good balance. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them have an issue of like, like they were too safe with the first game. You know, they didn't experiment super hard like I wanted them to.
Yeah, like it's understandable why they played it safe, but hopefully.
Okay, I've got a non-aggression pact with Kislev now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Hey, Ostermark, you want to trade? You do want to trade. Ooh, look at all these alliances I can strike. Okay, good. The trade begins.
Surtha Egg, Wood Elves are the master race, says the Norscan chariot god. Okay. Well, to each his own. Like, I definitely enjoy Wood Elves in battle, but yeah, as we said, like that campaign.
Master race is being a bunch of jerks.
Yeah. I don't know what they will do with them once they update them, because you know they really will have to make some really cool mechanic for them, because this, you know, Wood Elves should fit like this isolationist.
Well, I think the Amber mechanic could be good. It's just it's too hard to get and maintain, and you're actively punished for building like regular armies, which is super dumb.
Yeah.
Ready. Very well. I will do this.
Like, that's what drives me nuts, is that they were stupid enough to design a faction that it's like, oh, hey, you want to take like a regular Wood Elf army? Well, too bad, you're going to be like significantly penalized. And it was like, who thought this was a good idea?
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so Norsca is the second master race, Surfer Access. The second master race, okay.
Man, I really need to start getting way more Oath Gold. I want to start forging stuff, but I don't have nearly enough good.
Yeah, like once you get it from 2 to 3 characters, you have like a steady supply.
Judgment ready.
Yeah.
What's
Problem is I can only afford one character right now.
what's the problem later
Because
is
crap's
like
expensive.
what's the problem later is the is actual the resources for it you need.
Well, yeah, but that's not as huge of a deal to me personally. I'm pretty good at dealing with that.
Okay.
Plus, since the Empire is not going to be constantly blowing itself up, I should be able to get a decent amount of it to trade.
Okay, I'll check my trade too. Maybe I can trade with someone new. Okay.
Kislev.
Kislev. Okay. No.
Ready?
Oh, but I can trade with
All
Karazanko.
here, our honored dwarfkin. All right.
Nice, nice, nice. And I'll try Kislev just.
Hey, Sotek, do you think they will add Neferata to the Silver Host? No. I think if they're going to put Neferata in the game, they're going to put her in Game 3 and add her on to the Lowbed Mountains. I think she's going to have her own faction if they add her. But that's just this man's opinion.
No, Immortality, the mod doesn't change the brightness, but what I'm using is an outside app called Reshade, which basically applies various filters you can switch on and off and tweak with them to make the game look very different. So, like, this is the vanilla game compared to when I have the Reshade on, which is this. It can make the game look like ridiculously beautiful compared to its vanilla counterpart. And if you want to check the reshade, in the description, I'm pretty sure, yeah, in the description there's both a link to the download page and an installation guide. And even I put in the description a link to the preset for reshade I'm using. And you can download it, so basically your game looks just like mine right now. Who are you? No, Marienburg. And yeah, like the reshade for medium to lower tier computers, like it will put some strain on your system. Like it isn't something ridiculously performance impacting, but expect like 5 to 10 FPS drop. Like for better systems, it's like not noticeable at all. But for maybe like, you know, as I said, for medium to lower tier systems, it won't be as, it won't have such a little impact as it does on my system currently. It looks, yeah, it looks pretty damn fucking good. I found myself unable to come back to vanilla after I tried the reshade thing. Yeah, and of course it's for free. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if your PC can handle everything on Ultra, then definitely give it a go. Because
Yeah, if you can run full Ultra, you can probably handle it.
Yeah, it's a game changer, to say the least.
Okay, we're starting to get some finances up and running.
Mm-hmm. You will be getting a new PC yourself, Sotek, right?
Working on it. I've already ordered quite a few parts. Hopefully going to be starting the next Dawn of War game here soon. We can hopefully...
Oh yeah, Soulstorm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully we can raise some money on that stream to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now I'm going to war with Bloody Spears. I am at war with the Vampire Counts now, just FYI.
Okay. That should be fun. Man, I just love purging
They have earned
Sylvania.
my ire because they attacked the bar.
Okay. Joseph is sick of Dawn of War.
Please no more Dawn of War. We have to finish it. It's okay. Soulstorm will be much quicker. We're not doing every single campaign.
Yeah, just like with almost any game, I find it hard to I find it hard to go back to like Dark Crusade, just because, you know, Soulstorm has more cool shit. So it's like, it's for me, I can enjoy the story of like the Dark Crusade and the Winter Assault and the original Dawn of War, but when it comes down to like playing the skirmish, you know, then I just have to revert back to Soulstorm because it has the most shit of all the games. So that's basically how I feel about it.
Let us begin.
What? Why?
We're also probably going to look into getting that camera mod installed so that we're not like constantly having our face pressed up against the glass, so to speak.
You summon me.
What?
Because in the base game, the camera is like super fucking zoomed up.
In the base game?
Yeah, Dawn of War. Like if you
Oh,
don't
oh
mod the
yeah,
game at
yeah,
all,
I'm using
camera
that
is,
every
like,
time I play because
in your face.
yeah, I remember just a few years ago I booted up Dawn of War after a long time, and I was like, what, was it always this close to the ground? You could barely see anything.
Yes, that will do.
Two tons for those great swords.
I should play AOM. What is AOM?
Oh, Age of Mythology.
Oh. Well, maybe we can put that on the to-do list sometime.
Hmm. There's always too much games to play.
Really? They call Kazrax's herd the Menfall herd? That is not correct. Not even remotely correct. Kazrax's herd has a name.
What is the best anti-aliasing?
I don't even know what anti-aliasing is.
I don't know either. Like, I don't know what it does. I think it like checks if the game like I don't know. I don't know. I will not risk sounding like a noob in this, so if anyone
Too late, no.
if anyone wants to help Immortality, just write it in the chat.
I've heard a lot about AA because like people always talk about the settings for it, like if they're like a really big into those option menus, but I have never understood what it is.
Yeah, when I had my older PC, which was basically a piece of shit, I of course had it to the lowest possible setting, but now, since I have pretty damn good computer, like no matter what setting I put in, it still runs over 100 FPS, so I just don't care.
Do I want to go back up? Yeah, I'm about to have a rebellion up north. The orcs aren't attacking yet, so I guess I'll go back up north to deal with that. Meanwhile, in Nashrak's lair. do that for now.
Mm. 40k is meh, Sotek. No, Sotek. Sotek. I like 40k is definitely a bit different than fantasy, but it is quite similar in quite a lot of ways. I think so. Like you told me that you once disliked 40k.
Hated it. Absolutely hated it.
What were your reasons?
The biggest thing was there used to be a lot of animosity between the Warhammer Fantasy community and the 40k community, because the thing was is that they were constantly in competition with each other.
Oh.
You know, when one game was being focused on, it meant your game wasn't. You know what I mean?
So yeah.
So it just caused a lot of fighting between the two, which is unfortunate in retrospect.
I see. And how did you get into 40k? What made you like change your mind? Oh, really?
Yeah, I only joined when 8th edition came out.
It is good to see fellow sons of
because I was like, oh, Tyranids are kind of cool, and I like read the new lore, and I was like, oh, this is all kind of neat. And I don't know, I liked it a lot more with the newest lore, and the rules became a lot simpler. So the game wasn't as kind of like goofy, over the top, generic.
Fair enough. Okay, I just confederated Nordland.
Nice.
Come on. Let's see what we have here.
Protector of the weak.
Okay, great.
Moving out.
What's his name? Archlector. Okay, good. Oh, yeah, good. I don't know which mod does this. Maybe it's actually the vanilla game that actually when you confederate with someone, it lets you respec the characters you gain.
No, that's not vanilla.
Okay, then it's one of those mods that we are using. I don't know which one. Okay, and since we are in the north, this. Oh, these buildings are killing me. Let's chop this off. No. Let's leave this for now. Let's recruit.
By the way, Chad, how are you all doing today? You all having an okay day? I hope.
Why I can confederate with Nordland? Basically, Steel Faith gives much more. It focuses much more on the overall relationship between the Empire's provinces, and it makes it much easier for you to confederate them, especially if they are like getting fucked by the Norskans like the Nordland was. And yeah, that's basically it. No, you are tired, Joseph. Well, that's what you get from watching.
Is anybody on the East Coast? Just curious. Just wondering because I've been checking in a lot for preparations for the hurricane coming in. I'm not in any danger, but I know people who are.
Oh, we have an entire army down here.
Why are all my buildings so fucking expensive? Jesus Christ.
Okay, no. Actually, we could use his army to conquer Marienburg. Oh no, but Bretonia will get there first. Those fuckers.
Lord,
You ask
Are
for
you?
a boon.
Oh, you are in
Speak,
defensive
and I will
alliance.
see
Oh
if it is within
shit,
my
Bretonia
power
is
to
in
give.
defensive alliance with Marienburg. Uh,
With who?
ever vigilant.
Who's Bretonia shacked up with?
with
Here to
Marienburg.
serve.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
I serve.
Maybe I
the
can
hand
just
and hammer.
swingle him out of it somehow.
Good luck with that.
Let's see, Bretonia. Where is it?
I am the blood of.
You ask
If I
for
can
a
get
boon.
a defensive alliance with them,
Speak,
maybe they're
and I
like,
will see if it
you
is
know,
think not.
no, they won't. No.
The best case scenario is if you can force Bretonia into an alliance and maybe they'll pick you over
Yeah,
Marienburg.
yeah.
It's very unlikely.
Mm,
They're almost certainly going to see you as the aggressor.
no, fuck this. Fuck this, I'll just lose this army and lose this character because he's got his skill points on all the wrong places. And I didn't expect this. Well, maybe we should expand west because the empires are just getting out of hand there. Undertake, what are you saying here?
Oh, nice job. Reward.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I just don't feel like Undertaker. I just don't feel like taking on Bretonia.
You do got Wolfric in your lands. Oh, wait, no, he's not in your lands, but he's close.
Oh yeah, true.
Challenge undeniable.
Where are you all from, chat? By the way, curious.
Bottomless abyss.
Oh, we have another guy. Oh, he's wounded. Which? Okay, this guy. Let's put him. Yeah, I'll select him. Oh, an edict. Serbia, Germany, Bavaria.
Bunch of Europeans.
Yeah. Well, I'm one of them, so they're all close to me.
Americans don't seem to appreciate Warhammer as much as they should.
Really?
Well, yeah, like I would say probably 30 to 40% of my audience is European, which is fucking huge in the grand scheme of things.
Well. What are you confused about, Joseph?
I wish Warhammer was more popular in the States. I think it's starting to become more popular in the States, especially in my area. Dude, the Citadel opening up, oh my god, that helps so much. There's been so much going on lately around here. I need to hurry up and finish painting my Nighthawk so I can go play.
Like, when you were growing up, how... What kind of contact did you have with Warhammer? Did you have like a games workshop there somewhere?
I essentially spent a solid amount of my time at local hobby stores that supported it. Before, when I got a little older, I graduated up to going to an actually legit games workshop, where I spent a ton of time. Because it was at the local mall, and I would spend ages there just playing games and stuff. I was a regular at tournaments.
No, that's pretty cool.
It was quite fun.
Yeah, like there's no games workshop in my country. I think the closest one is in Germany.
Really? Not in the entire country? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
no.
Granted, it's a little easier to get around Europe, to my understanding.
Yeah,
As far
it
as,
is. It is.
Distance is concerned.
It is,
If I
but-
want to go to Games Workshop now, because the one that was in my local mall closed. When Games Workshop started fighting it really hard. and they had to like restructure their company in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Because during those dark ages, they closed a bunch of stores and some other. It was a mess.
I see.
Because they closed a bunch of stores and they went to the model where most Games Workshops in the United States, for instance, only have a single employee.
Uh-huh.
It's one dude.
No, poor guy.
That's it. That's all you get. All right, we're about to have a rebellion, Carrick Ungor.
Oh, damn, you are lucky, Morty. I wish I wish I had a Games Workshop 25 minutes away. Also, Sotek, you are from Turkey. This is a pretty varied, chat by nationality. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool how like even though, what I meant to say is like it's cool how far Warhammer like reaches with its grasp. Like I definitely met, one YouTuber I'm working on some Warhammer videos with. He's from El Salvador, so like, you know, the grasp of Warhammer is felt in every country everywhere.
Yeah, it's starting to pick up in the Far East too, which is really nice.
Like in Asia?
Uh-huh.
Oh, cool.
Japan's got a building Warhammer culture, which please,
Oh, yeah, like...
please anime gods, give me an anime Warhammer.
Oh
I will do
God,
anything.
it would be fucking awesome.
I will do anything.
Damn, are you all just like trying to piss us off with your 20 minutes away Games Workshops?
I mean, the nearest one to me is about 30 minutes away. But with the Citadel open, which is basically a Forge World combined with the Games Workshop, that sucker's only like 15 minutes away, which is awesome.
Ah, lucky bastards.
What happens when you live in a area that's just constantly growing and expanding? It's nice.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, let's build a... Oh, it's so expensive though. Let's build this.
Let us begin.
Yeah, I think I'll first get the other town that used other
Anime Everqueen. That would be very lewd. Imagine me.
Yes.
Oh Lord, I can't even imagine what Japan would do to female elf characters.
Oh shit, Wolfric is...
Where's my next?
Like, could you imagine fucking Morthy in anime? Like how over the top that would be.
And it's still pretty over the top even now. Like I can't imagine what anime would do getting.
Oh yeah, but they would fucking
grasp
anime
on
would
it.
step it up. They would really step it up.
Oh, I'm just fucking. I'm just trying to imagine how fucking cool would a theme song for a Warhammer anime be.
Oh yeah. Anime is life.
I am the supreme.
Even though I haven't watched any anime in a super long time. I need to. There's a bunch of good ones out nowadays.
Oh, definitely. Oh, what animes did you watch?
My favorite anime is the Full Metal Alchemist series.
Oh,
But I was also a huge fan of Overlord, which there's actually a second season out that I desperately need to watch. I just haven't made time for it. I'm trying to think of what else I really liked. I know I'm almost certainly going to like My Hero Academia, but I haven't watched it yet. Trying to think if there's anything else.
I am Carl Franz.
Yeah, Full Metal is generally my overall favorite, though. I've watched a fair amount, but you know, I've watched all like the big classics. You know, Inuyasha, Cowboy Bebop, Fooly Cooly. Is a third season out now? Jesus Christ! I'm so behind.
Yeah, I
But I've also been super digging American cartoons lately too. American cartoons have gotten really fucking good lately.
yeah, you told me
Like
about the Justice League.
Justice League Action is
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. Then you got um, shoot, you got Steven Universe, which is an incredible show. That
Mhm.
show completely blew me out of the water. And then Adventure Time, which ended just last week.
Mhm.
And I have been avoiding the internet until the episode gets put up online because I don't want it spoiled.
Yeah, uh, I read like the first three mangas of Full Metal Alchemist. I really enjoy the universe. I really enjoy the story. I really enjoy the characters.
Well, that was
But
amazing. Like, it
but
has
mhm.
Father is probably one of my favorite villains in all of anime.
I
He's just so well done.
haven't gotten that far yet. I am for now I only seen Lust and Gluttony, and
Those two are certainly fun.
yeah, and a third girl who can change shape. I don't know her name yet.
Envy, contrary to appearance, is not a girl.
Oh, okay.
Envy looks like a girl, but Envy is male technically.
Mhm.
Though obviously he can shapeshift, so it's kind of a moot point. But you know,
Yeah. But when I actually tried to watch the anime, and it was basically because when you read the manga, you imagine how characters would talk, how they would act, how they would, sound. And when I watch the anime, I don't know, I just dislike the. I of course watch it in Japanese, and I don't know, I just
you
dislike
still
the.
disliked it.
Yeah.
Fucking heresy. Don't talk to me or my kids ever again.
I think it was mostly because I. Okay, wait. I have to remember the names. Oh my god, what's the name of the Full Metal Alchemist?
Edward?
Yeah, Edward and his brother.
Oh, Alphonse.
Yeah, I when I read the manga, of course I knew they were both children, but what I imagined Alphonse to sound like was basically like, even though he's a child, it would be cool for him to have like a very deep voice because he's like echoing through the armor, something like that. And so when in the actual anime, he has like this very high pitched squeaky voice. I don't know, it just
Yeah, 'cause,
totally.
he's a freaking kid.
Yeah, I know, but since he, he's portrayed in this as a soul trapped in the armor, I don't know, I always pictured him having like a.
You're dumb. That's the moral of the story. You're dumb.
Okay. Yeah, but love the manga.
Have I watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventures? No. Vaguely aware of it. Never played it or watched it.
Come on, guys. Okay, let's first get this town.
I shall be victorious.
Let's call
Who
it
blew up Gorsel?
You summon me.
Oh, Beastman.
Beastman, yeah. Hmm.
How long are we gonna stream today? Probably for a bit longer. I mean,
Yeah, like
eventually, I'll have to leave to do stuff, but
like we still have like an hour. Let's say.
yeah, something like that.
Okay, let's look up at the north. Yeah, Wolfric's going off to do his own business.
Have I ever watched Hellsing? Yes, I watched both Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate. though, or OVA, but I have not finished the OVA series.
Silver-eyed
'Cause when I was watching it,
Arch-Lecter.
it was not even close to being finished, and I am very impatient.
Let's recruit
I
two
live to
crossbows just to
serve
be
the
sure,
Emperor.
and yep. Like, one thing I wish you could do is to actually fully discard characters you don't want to use. I just hate having them, you know, in that recruitment pool.
Oh yeah, like getting permanently rid of them.
Yeah.
That would be nice, though. Knowing our luck, frickin' there'd be some goof who'd like manage to accidentally do it and then be super mad. Be like, I accidentally deleted my legendary lord, and this game's bad, and everyone would be like, no, you're just dumb.
Okay. I'll just go take a peep. I'll be right back.
Good, he ended his turn before he left. I was gonna be upset if he didn't. Is Helsing done? Because I've kind of reached the point in my life where I don't really care for watching animes that aren't finished, or at least have a substantial amount. Because I don't like to wait. Oh, good, Morty. You have to let me know how it goes. Helsing Ultimate is done.
Be at peace. For
All I
that
know
is
with
all I ever
Helsing
want.
is one of the biggest disappointments for me was I wanted to see the battle between Dracula and Van Helsing so bad. I wanted to see that fight so bad. And I don't think they ever actually like officially did it. Like I know they have a clip that alludes to it that I saw, but I don't think you actually get to see the full thing animated, which makes me sad.
Okay, I'm back.
Cool beans.
Have you played any
You
other
are
Total
not
War games,
welcome in
Sotek?
my court, yet here you are.
Yeah, the first Total War
Friend
game I ever
or
played
foe.
was
We
I
see.
had a really bad addiction to Total War Shogun 2
Oh yeah, I
for a little bit.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Champion of the faith.
Chaos stirs.
Finally. Not a...
Fucking orcs everywhere. Stupid goblin. Be gone!
Nice.
Beards in belts.
Ooh, Armor of Fortune. Yes, please. Okay, now I have to run as fast as my dwarf legs will carry me to go to war with the Bloody Spears.
Damn, it's quiet. Okay, so
Wait, sorry. I was thinking.
I was thinking too, but then I just realized how fucking quiet it was. Let me see.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay, Mority.
What's your favorite tabletop army?
Well, since I never played tabletop,
Well, when I say tabletop army, I mean like armies from the game.
so you mean like faction?
Yeah, but like not including ones that were never playable, like Araby or Cathay or any of that crap.
Okay. I actually ask myself that quite a lot because I don't really know. Like, I enjoy quite a lot of faction, but I can't seem to be able to put like my finger on which one is my favorite. I really like the dwarves, but I what I really like when it comes to dwarves is, you know, magic. I just love magic. So I think I still have to go with like the Empire. I just enjoy the overall ingenuity and survivability of the Empire, because it's like, you know, the human race doing whatever it can to survive. That's what I really enjoy about them. But like that's the closest I think I'd get to like determining my most favorite race. But I don't know, like I still have to like think about it. But if I like someone put my feet to the fire, then I'd have to say the Empire.
Okay, who's your least favorite?
Least favorite. Like that's quite hard. That's quite hard because there's like not a faction that I would hate. I enjoyed pretty much all of them, but let me think about that. Probably the Dark Elves. I don't know, I just don't find them that interesting. Like it of course, that's an oversimplification, but they're like the AG cousins of the High Elves, so like I don't know, they have some pretty damn cool like lore and background, but and characters like I read the Malus Darkblade books and I really enjoy them, but I still don't find them a whole of a lot interesting. So I'd say the Dark Elves. And yours, least favorite faction?
I already said that earlier. Empire.
Oh, I thought, okay, well, no problem.
We already had this discussion.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Oh, you're staying. Sorry, it was Joseph that's leaving. My bad.
What other hobbies do you have outside of Warhammer? Oh shit! Now they will find out how fucking boring my life is outside of Warhammer.
My big things is that I hang out a fair amount with my buddies. I've got some friends I've been friends since middle school with, so you know they've been good friends of mine since like 2003. So like 15 years. Which is nice. It's nice to have like best friends for most of your life.
Oh, definitely.
And then outside of that, I read when I can, when my anxiety allows me to. I and then I just kind of I play a lot of video games. I'm glad that I picked up painting models again recently. That's been really nice because it's kind of a little bit more chill than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It allows me to get away from just staring at a computer screen, which you'd be surprised how negative that can start to affect you. All you do is sit around and stare at a screen all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
It's good to get out and do something else, or like just get away from it
Mm-hmm.
just for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings.
Other than that, not a bunch. I mean, I walk my dog, I pay bills, I stress about how the world seems to be ending because everyone in charge of it is an idiot. You know, normal
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, of course, of course. Maybe like it doesn't have to be like downright activities, but like what about like other interests?
I mean, I like a ton of different kinds. I'm not even bothered with this. I like a lot of different fantasy and interesting universes. You know, like I really enjoy the occasional stuff with Marvel and DC. I don't like read the comics, but I like keeping up with them. I watch a lot of YouTube. Like no matter what I'm doing, I have a YouTube video going on in the background about some random ass subject.
Yeah, I can relate.
It's usually literally just something super random.
Yeah, I definitely want to start painting models too and building my own army in 40K though. I don't know, just
Well, after my night haunts, I'm going to finish working on my Tyranids. I have a shitload of Tyranid stuff to paint.
yeah, like as I said, that there's no Games Workshop here, so I'll have to buy everything online. And since, as I said, like there's only there are hobby stores here, but you know, even in the States, I'd say
Standing here.
it isn't easy at all to like find someone to play with. Just like like
Yeah, it's always a you have to work a little hard
mm-hmm.
to find like a community, which is always
Yeah,
fun.
and then picture it in a country where like there's as much people as in one big city in the US. So of course the Warhammer is like quite popular here, but still like you will be hard pressed to find anyone to play with. But luckily I have my younger brother who's a big fan of Warhammer 2, and so and we were like talking about this for some time, and I definitely want to get like some models from 40K, and so we can paint them and play together.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely like my favorite faction. Yeah, if you can call them a faction in 40K is the Imperial Guard. I just really enjoy them, so I'll go with the good old Guard, and my brother will go with the fishes with the Tau.
The fish people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love my Tyranids. I actually have a pretty sizable force. It's just I've only put together like a shitload of Hormagaunts.
Mm-hmm.
Am I playing any other faction besides the Ghosts? Yeah, I play Seraphon still a fair bit, which are Lizardmen. And I have models for some other factions, but I don't play them as much. Every once in a blue moon, excuse me, I will play Bone Splitters, which are the Savage Orc faction. I am intending to get the Beasts of Chaos book, though, so I can play them. Super excited for the Beastmen re-release.
Wind of Shammon, I will.
Okay. What kind of things, Toshiba?
Praise be to Sigmar.
I am ready. Are you?
Yeah. Just
Seek
stay
out the
here for a
heretics.
while still.
Do not waste my potential.
We'll start with the Greenskins, Immortality. Yeah, like I know some people who completely hate the Greenskins, but I don't know, they are just even if you don't play as them or don't like playing as them, they are just an enjoyable faction to.
Anyone who hates the Greenskins is a heretic.
Yeah.
I can understand them not being your favorite faction, but if you legit hate them, then sorry, son, but you have a problem.
Yeah, exactly. They're just too fun to hate him, if you know what I mean. What would you say is your like second favorite fantasy universe outside of Warhammer?
My second favorite fantasy universe. That's a toughie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably Lord of the Rings, though I'm not a colossal fan of it. You know, I'm a decent fan of it, but I'm not like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me
Like
too.
I enjoy it, but there are I definitely have issues with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, Undertaker. I suppose that would be allowed. Yes.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, like Lord of the Rings. There's just like a, even among other fantasy universes, it's like a unique one. You know, it just has this. I don't know. It has this homey feeling for me, but that's maybe like the nostalgia I feel for it from childhood. But still, it's just, I don't know. It has this unique vibe that I don't feel from any other universe. But on the other hand, so does Warhammer. So, yeah.
I mean, the thing that I truly love about Warhammer is that it's a parody of our world.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that it's literally our world, but just with a bunch of different historical periods happening in the exact same time, and all of them have been made into a fantasy version of themselves. I just absolutely adore that.
Yeah, it's just so over the top. Like if Bretonia is the Bretonia is like the best example. My girlfriend is French, and I showed her I showed her Bretonia and the voice acting. She just had a fucking laugh at it. I
Yeah,
just
I
I
mean,
just love the over the
it's
top
supposed
French
to be
accent.
funny.
French accent. Yeah, exactly.
Especially because the whole point is that it's like the British interpretation
Oh
of the
yeah,
French
yeah,
instead
exactly.
of just being like the French properly, which it just adds a whole nother level to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Undertaker. Lord of the Rings is definitely the granddaddy of fantasy. Then again,
I
Norse.
mean, Tolkien stole a ton of his shit though.
Yeah, from Norse mythology.
I don't like when people are like Tolkien is the pure father of fantasy. It's like sort of like he just stole like a shit ton of stuff from various mythos and just slapped it all. Like he literally pulled a Warhammer. It's just not as obvious.
Yeah, that's true though. As someone who is quite knowledgeable in Norse mythology, I know how very vague our knowledge of like elves and dwarves is. Like people, I think a common misconception is that we know what elves and dwarves looked like in Norse mythology, which is completely untrue. Like, we have no idea what the elves were supposed to look like, what the dwarves were supposed to look like. We only have, like, the elves, where we know that they were part of religious practice.
God. That's fun.
We know that the elves were part of religious practice in, like, the religion of the Norse paganism in the Viking Age, but we have little to no mentions of them in the actual mythology. While the dwarves, we know that they were never worshipped or made like sacrifices to, but they are mentioned constantly in some of the best and most well-known stories of Norse myths, but never is it explained if they are actually one and the same, or if they are different races, or what do they actually look like. Especially the elves, who are thought of as like spirits of nature rather than what Tolkien imagined them, you know, like basically taller, sexier, more smug humans. Like, the only thing we exactly know about the elves from Norse mythology is they are good pals with the gods. That's basically it. Like, we have some from some Norse sagas, and of course the Eddas. We have verses.
I said that's obviously stolen.
Yeah, yeah. What I meant to say is that, like, yeah, Tolkien definitely.
Oh, I was addressing Undertaker with that, not you.
oh, sorry. Tolkien definitely, like, inspired would be an understatement, but he definitely borrowed quite a lot from Norse mythology, but at the same time he had to, like, give these ideas we have only vague images from an actual, you know, physical form, which, you know, they didn't have before. Like, nobody before that would associate a dwarf, well, like, actually, you know, dwarf, yes, yeah, of course, it's something small, but nobody would imagine it as like this stubby little thing with bushy beard, you know what I mean.
One in the book.
Uh-huh. Okay, Undertaker, I'm not that well versed in elven gods to actually confirm that. Sotek, you understand what Undertaker means?
Yeah, I'm aware that Tolkien's mythos is heavily Christianized.
Oh, I meant, yeah. Okay, then, yeah, of course. I thought he meant like Warhammer elves.
No. Warhammer elves are more based on Greek gods.
Mm-hmm.
They will be judged.
Okay.
Yes, I'm all too aware of Iluvatar. He's actually one of my biggest issues with the Lord of the Rings settings. I do not like him very much. I don't like any fantasy setting that has a super omnipotent god that takes sides.
Yeah.
Like evil, and that's my biggest problem with Lord of the Rings, is that I don't really feel like anything was ever actually at stake. Like, evil was doomed from the start. Like, they didn't have anyone near on the power level they needed to stand a chance.
The Empire.
Like, one of my favorite things about the Warhammer world is that it's a very desperate world.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it's always on the knife's edge.
Yeah, that's what I most enjoy about Warhammer. It's like, it's not a world of, you know, knights in. I was about to say knights in shining armor, then I remembered Bretonia. But what I mean is, like, it's not a world of great heroes that. Well, of course, that goes Rick and Felix, but it's not a world where, you know, you have your pals and you go on a quest and you defeat the great evil. Basically, if you wanted to go with your pals on a quest, you would basically get raped, killed by beastmen in the forest. But you know, that's what I mean. Like, this is a world where people die of plague, getting raped by beastmen, getting fucked from all sides by all manner of things. It's not a welcoming world. It's not a easy world to live in. It's harsh, unwelcoming, evil fucking place, and that's what makes it stand out from all these other fantasy universes, which, even though there are some pretty dark ones, there's, like, at least I haven't ever encountered anything as desperately fucked as the Warhammer world is.
Yeah, especially because, like, my biggest thing for Warhammer is that the good guys are doomed. Like, that is explicitly stated right at the opening, is that all of the good guys in the Warhammer world don't honestly have a chance. It's more of like they carry on in spite of the odds, because the forces of darkness are way more powerful, way more numerous, and way more sinister. The whole ordeal with them is that they're just too disorganized, or easily defeated by, like, messing with their command structure or something, because they fall apart. As opposed to, like, the good guys who actually, like, stick together and are smart.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I mean, who doesn't love smart good guys?
Undertaker doesn't know where he stands on the Empire not having over-the-top German accents.
I think for most Warhammer Fantasy fans, it's an annoying thing, because they should, but it's also understandable that, like, the main faction of the setting is gonna end up with a British accent. Because every single time that Games Workshop has bothered to make something that the Empire's voice, they always end up being British. Always. They have German names and German language modifiers and German towns, but for some reason they always have British accents.
Yeah, what can you do? What can men do against such reckless hate? Shit. Let's have a quest battle. Oh no, I have. I'll have to wait for my units to replenish like one more turn, and then we'll have a quest battle. But for now, yeah.
Which one is it?
It's the one for Cloak of Molten Metal, which is basically against the vampires.
Yeah, I need to send somebody down to Wiseman so I can start working on my
me too.
quest. But pretty sure this mod has made all the dwarf buildings more expensive, because a lot of my buildings are ludicrously expensive to upgrade, which is just dumb.
Okay, let's have this.
I trust no man.
And yep.
I mean, I'd have to double check with the person who told me it, but Undertaker. But I have a really good friend who's a hardcore Tolkien person, and one thing that he kind of mentioned to me was that Iluvatar did kind of jump in a little bit at the very end, that he played a role in Smeagol falling off the cliff into the fire. Like, it was minor, but still counts.
Really?
Plus, didn't he, like, bring Gandalf back to life? Wasn't that literally his doing? Like, important character dies, and he's like, nah, you're good. And sends him back even stronger.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me Iluvatar was not involved when there's a literal Jesus character.
Yeah, I didn't know about it, the Smeagol thing.
I don't know if it was a Luvitar. I'd have to check with them. But there was something like finicky about the way he died.
Hmm.
Obviously, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt because I'm going purely off memory.
Yeah, of course.
Also, my biggest grump with the Lord of the Rings is that you have an epic villain like Sauron, and then he never shows up for the finale to like fight
Yeah.
anybody. Like that. That made me so mad. It's like even without the ring, could he not have like just physically manifested a little bit in
Yeah,
Mordor
yeah.
during the final battle? I mean, come on.
Also, like, what kind of villain are you where if you just take off your ring, you are basically doomed?
Yeah, it was a poor design choice.
Yeah. Eh.
Sauron's like, this can't possibly backfire. All right, time to hunt some Urk.
Okay, okay.
So,
Yeah, let's go for that quest battle.
now,
Now this will be a wash.
Oh, this is only the part 1 quest. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Be in full control of your army on this one. I'm gonna take care of something real quick while you're doing this.
Okay, no problem. Come.
with me, followers, we will descend into Drake-Tooth Hollow, this cave of ill aspect, for within lies an artifact of great power. My arcane talents tell me this place is not unprotected. An ancient, once-dead guardian lies in wait. We must destroy it before we can collect the cave's secrets. You will do this for me. This is a dread task, but my rewards will be great, for I can spin gold from lead. And as the Supreme Patriarch, is there a more powerful ally you can have? Begin your advance. Banish the guardians of this place, and think of the rewards you will have once the cloak of molten metal is mine! Fallen Staff!
Mortar! Halberdiers! Great swords! We are Sigmar's heirs! war! We are Sigmar's heirs! Swordsman! We are Sigmar's heirs! Ranald's aim, we're ready! To battle!
Okay, Mick.
Okay.
Calls. The Empire
I'll
endures!
just enjoy watching you murder all of the dead things.
Don't really get why they're not moving. Eh.
Quick march!
Marta! We obey! Halberdiers!
Okay, good. I thought it was like.
Moving now! Moving out! They'll never move again. Formation, march!
Let us go! Moving now! No lingering! Formation, march! Formation, march! Yes, General! Take the ground! In the name of the twin...
Oh Lord, who is Egil Stubjorn? He's just a generic Norscan lord for one of the factions.
Go!
He's not like a famous character or anything.
Charge! Yes, sir, quickly! Sigmar commands!
Feel my fire!
Halberdiers!
Bow before me!
Come on.
Halberdiers! War! Moving now! Sigmar guides us! Loaded, sir! We are Sigmar's heirs!
You mean Slayer of Souls? What?
I am master of...
I'm lost. I don't know what we're talking about.
For Heldenhammer!
Lord of metal!
Finding range, sir! Sigmar! Guide our fire! Yes, my lord!
Hopefully I'm going to be getting one of my new computer parts in the mail today.
Which one?
The motherboard.
Cool.
Most expensive part. It's like $400.
Feel my fire! No lingering! Take the ground!
Oh wait, okay, yes. So no, this is just the
For the
one.
Warhammer! Ready for
For some reason I thought Cloak and Molten Metal was a two-parter.
Ready for war!
Because for some weird freaking reason, Gelton has the most quest battles in the game.
Yeah.
Because he has like 2 for half of his items.
The Empire endures! Loaded, sir!
Did the Lord fucking die already?
Yeah, he did.
Huh?
Sigmar commands!
No, he's here.
Oh, you mean the Necromancer?
Yeah.
Okay. Thought you were talking about the dragon that fell on top of your crossbowman.
Mortar! Fire!
They'll never move again!
Okay, more turn up from you.
Halt!
Okay, it's pretty much over.
I am supreme!
Hooray.
To battle! Take position!
No. That. Well, I guess his name does sound familiar. One of those characters that they're sort of minor enough that I would need to.
Remind yourself in.
Yeah, I'd have to like get my books.
Nice kills on Balthazar. Eh?
This mod makes him so. This mod's dumb. They buffed the caster characters. They didn't do shit for the fighting characters. It's dumb. Can't have it both ways. You either buff everybody or buff nobody.
How would you describe Gelt, like his power level in the lore?
I mean, he's pretty powerful, but he's still only human, is the thing. And he would get the shit kicked out of him in a fight. He has to be really careful. Like, he's a very, very good caster, but, you know, he struggles against, like, the strongest of, like, he would struggle against, like, Manfred or Teclis or, you know, some of those other, like, really powerful casters. He is considered the best metal wizard that we know of. I'm sure there's probably a high elf or dark elf that might be more skilled than him, but whoever they are, they're not, like, super famous.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Good job. Congrats on the cloak.
I don't know if I got it.
Oh, maybe it is a two-part.
No, I did. Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, he specifically mentioned the item in his
Yeah, but you know, you have
speech, so usually that means he's gonna get it.
you also have like
Where the winds howl.
Volkmar, who has like 2 battles for the Jade Griffin, but both are basically the vampire running off with them.
Or
You know, you are like chasing a vampire for something. I don't remember what it is.
he's chasing them because they literally stole it.
Yeah, and you fight like 2 battles and you still don't get it. It's like, okay. And then you have to go to Kislev and...
Volkmar is just bad at that part of the job.
Yeah.
Literally.
Great at purging heretics, but not good about taking his stuff back. What do I want here? No.
Where did the smiling Gelt meme come from? It was so when I think it's when they originally announced Gelt or somewhere in that ballpark. Somebody literally just as a meme just decided to give him teeth and realized how terrifying it looked and posted it on Reddit, and it just became super famous because it was one of the most horrifying looking things.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, once we realized what Gelt with teeth looked like, everyone regretted it. It's like, oh, no, this is a bad thing.
Okay. What will I do with all this money? Nothing. Yes.
Oh, actually, I'm going to go for Grom Peak first. I didn't realize the orcs had taken it back. Yeah, I don't think the way that they design Norska, you can't really get away with doing a Norscan character who's like dedicated to a specific god. It would not work well. Like, Norska pretty much has to be exclusively undivided, otherwise their campaign mechanic doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, personally, my wish list for Game 3, if we could get like an undivided Demons of Chaos army under Be'lakor, and then if we could get like a god-specific faction for each god, and each of them had 2 warriors, a mortal and a demon, I would be over the moon happy. Like Valkia and Scarbrand for Khorne, Festus the Leech Lord and Kugoth Plaguefather for Nurgle, Village the Curseling and Kairos Fate Weaver for Zinch, and then Nakari and the Mask of Nakari and Sigvald for Slanesh. Like that would be fucking awesome. And then of course give us like a nice big update to the
Greetings, fellow heirs.
Warriors of Chaos roster.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite?
Because their roster is strong, but it's also really basic.
What's your favorite Chaos God?
I'm a Nurgle boy. I love
Okay.
Papa Nurgle.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of people like Nurgle, and I wouldn't expect that.
Nurgle's the best. He's the only god that gives a shit about you.
Eh.
The rest of them are just jerks. Like, they don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, exactly, Undertaker.
The thing is that the Glotkin's just too big. Like, and the thing about the Glotkin is he's literally somebody that jumped in at the end times. It's not like I will never want an end times character over a long established character. Like Festus and Kugoth both have a really long history and are super interesting. We know what we know their whole life story. We know what corrupted. Well, in Festus's case, we know his life story. We know what corrupted him. We know that whole thing. And with Kugoth is the OG, man. He was like the biggest, baddest guy in for Nurgle for a long time, and he was truly amazing. He's the one that was in charge of. He was the one in charge of going after the dwarves during the first incursion.
Yeah, so
Kugoth was the one who brought the dwarf empire to its knees. And then they dropped a mountain on him. That solved the problem pretty solidly. But that's why he hates dwarves. Which is amazing.
Yeah, so like I am also a Zinch boy, all about that knowledge and magic.
Well, here the problem with the Glotkin is you're not just talking about someone who's too big in a physical sense. We're talking about a guy who is literally a greater demon of Nurgle, a Chaos Lord of Nurgle, and a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle combined into one model. Like, that is just stupid. He makes Archaon look like a chump.
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Like, if someone was like, hey, we should put the Glotkin in the game, I would be the dude raising my hand in the back and be like, while we're at it, can we just go ahead then and upgrade Archaon to having Dorger as the 3-headed dragon from Age of Sigmar? That way, the Everchosen isn't being completely overshadowed here.
Yeah, Archaon is a bit underwhelming right now.
Yep. No, he's amazing in Age of Sigmar. I much prefer his Age of Sigmar model. It's so badass. Oh my lord. Unfortunately, though, the Everchosens apparently have never been one for flashing mounts. They've almost always been either on foot or just riding a horse. Well, Dorger's not a horse, but he looks like a horse. And unfortunately, CA treats him like a horse, even though Dorgar's supposed to be quite a bit more substantial than that.
The nation calls.
Like, I don't even think he has any of his special rules
Seek out the heretics.
that he does in tabletop. Because in tabletop he has like Strider and he hits like a truck in tabletop. He's actually really strong. Like Dorgar's like a really powerful troll. Yeah, they pretty much did away with all of the older chaos gods. Like in the end times, they did kind of a clever thing of acknowledging that they existed, but they basically pulled the idea that they weren't actually gods. They were just like powerful demons that masqueraded as gods. Which, take from that what you will. But that's like how they explained the god of atheism, and there was one other one.
Alrighty.
Greetings, fellow heirs of Sigma.
What do you want, Boris? Okay.
Well, Dorger didn't actually become a dragon. He just turned into something that looks very similar to a dragon.
Okay.
Which it's an amazing model. I love it so much. Because it was literally caused by Dorgar devouring so many greater demons that his physical form, like they basically added to Dorgar's lore and gave him a thing that when he devours something, he like makes it a part of him. So he like ate a bunch of greater demons. So now he has 3 heads, each one being a different greater demon head, which is amazing to me. I love that story so much.
That's pretty damn cool.
So he has a Nurgle head, a Zinch head, and a Corn head, and then I think he has the Mark of Slanesh somewhere on his body.
Yeah.
From Peak.
Blood to battle.
Get slapped.
Oh, the vampires are breathing down your neck.
Yeah, they're hitting on Zufbar pretty hard. I don't appreciate it. These are my lands now. Ooh, other Trickster Shard. Really good item. Not the best for dwarves, though.
I'll take Sigmar's throne.
Oh, dang, it's an enchanted item, too. Oh, I guess I'm just not giving that to anybody. Well, actually, I've got magical attacks on Ungrim right now, so I'll go ahead and give it to him. Alright, and then Kadak Kathrin, we want to upgrade a little bit more.
Corpse master.
Helman Ghost is
Go.
chilling near Karakadrin. Oh, that'd be a fun battle if Helman Ghost chose to attack Karakadrin.
If he tries, I'm going to kick the shit out of him.
You bet.
I've got Kindler coming for me in Grom Peak. That's going to be way more fun. I will gladly accept this challenge. Oh, shit. Nashrex heading for Nashrex lair. He's trying to go home. Stop him.
Protector of the weak.
I'm being besieged by some Noskans, but I have a pretty good garrison. I should be able to like fend them off once they actually attack. Let's build this.
Turn Dorger into a dragon for a quest battle. That would be really funny, actually.
Yeah.
That would probably open up a really bad can of worms, though. If they were like, hey, look, an Age of Sigmar thing, everyone would be like,
What?
A, there'd be a lot of angry people, and B, everyone would be like, oh, so can we have all the other gajillion ridiculous things that Age of Sigmar added in? Yo, what's up, Thorgrim? Cool. We have an alliance with Karazakadak now.
Cool.
As it should be.
Zufbar just got fucked.
Yeah, it tends to happen to them.
Mm-hmm. Man, I have to reread the Gotrek and Felix books sometime.
I don't want to deal with the vampires right now. Maybe, hopefully, I can stabilize Brom Peak and go finish off Mount Gunbad.
Yeah,
I just don't want to deal with the vampires.
Many call me Emperor.
yeah, it's annoying dealing with all the shenanigans in the Walls Edge Mountains.
Oh yeah, yeah. If there's one, yeah, the number one end times thing I want to see is Thankful on the 13th Bone Ripper. That Bone Ripper was fucking amazing. It's gonna be a horrible injustice if they don't use that version.
What kind of Bone Ripper is that?
He's a giant four-armed rat ogre.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, I know.
Yeah, he's actually a mount instead of just like a companion.
Yeah, like Thankful needs to have at least a Bone Ripper as a mount. Or I don't know. Do you think they'll make him like?
Well, if they do it based on his actual like tabletop model, that was I think the 12th Bone Ripper, and its whole deal was that it was like a re-put together one of his old ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was various components of his old ones, but it worked like Gobla does. So
yeah,
it was like
yeah.
it was like someone that it traveled with him instead of anything else. Okay, as much as I want to stay here and defend this, I need to go stop Nashrak. Unfortunately, I'll just have to let Grom Peak die if the vampires attack it.
Mm-hmm.
Typical. Yeah, Archon, Manfred, and Neferat all had access to Dread Abyssals, but I don't think we're gonna see that. Well, no, when I say the 12th Bone Ripper, I don't mean like the ones the construct was made out of. The construct is supposed to be the 12th one though. I don't know if Thankful's Doom goofed it up, but it was his most modern one.
Welcome, my
Yes? Welcome, my countrymen. So, it is good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day.
I'm just gonna beg for some money.
Affirmative.
Okay.
What?
From other Empire provinces.
By Sigma's will,
Come on, what the
come
fuck?
in peace. All right.
The Clan Etch Bone Ripper from Temple of the Serpent was pretty
Welcome,
funny.
my countrymen.
Yeah. That's right, Undertaker. Yeah, it was made from the parts of the first one,
Sigma's
which was
will.
hilarious.
By Sigma's will, come in
And also-
peace.
A little sad.
As you say, sir.
The first Bone Ripper died so anticlimactically. It was
Welcome, my
ridiculous. Gotrek just fucking like one shot him.
As you say, sir.
Yeah, there was also like a pretty
By
big build up to
Sigma's
that
will,
fight, right?
come in
Yeah, there
peace.
was a solid build up to
Sigma's
the Rat Ogre moment, and Gotrek literally killed it like in less than a sentence. It was the
Approach
most
your friend
ridiculous thing.
And make your offer. As you say, sir.
So, come then.
Thankful was just like, this is bullshit.
Yes. Approach us, friend.
But like all the
Yes.
quote-unquote saga of the Bone Ripper is just one of the most funniest subplots in the Gotrek and Felix novels. You know, like
Oh yeah.
Thankful always getting
Well,
a
especially
new...
like in certain books where he goes through multiple ones.
Yeah.
Because I think in Temple of the Serpent he gets a Bone Ripper in the beginning, and he gets killed by Deathmaster Snickage like really fast, and then he gets another one later. And that one actually survives the book. It dies in the epilogue because Thankwall eats it.
Then I have to read the Thankwall novels. I haven't had the time to do that yet.
They're pretty amazing. Thankwall is easily in my top 5 favorite characters in Warhammer Fantasy.
That's cool to know. Yeah, Undertaker.
Did Gotrek have a son? No, Gotrek had a daughter, but she died. She was killed in the event that led him to become a Slayer.
Do we know what that event is?
Yeah, Gotrek. Gotrek was away for some engineering work of some sort, and his Thane had essentially promised him that he would, protect
His family?
like his home.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was there was a big, a fairly large greenskin mob on the move through the World's Edge Mountains, and the Rangers spotted them and went to go warn the dwarf town or village or whatever to clear out, and also warn the Thane so he could deal with it, react to it. And so what happened was they ran in. Do you know who Snorri is?
Yeah, of course I remember Snorri.
Yeah, so what happened was Snorri at this point already had some problems and was a severe alcoholic, and they ran into him on the road. The Rangers did, and the Rangers asked Snorri to essentially they warned him to get off the road and some other stuff, and he realized they had alcohol and he wanted it, but they wouldn't give it to him. And so he attacked them, and he knocked both of them out and stole their drink.
Oh,
and because
shit.
he did that, no warning showed up. So the Greenskins got to the village and killed everybody. And I forget exactly how, but Snorri was drawn to it, and he went over there and realized it was his fault that Gotrek's entire family was dead. Well, and a bunch of people. And Snorri decided to take the Slayer Oath at that point, but Gotrek, nobody knew that.
Yeah.
Nobody. So Gotrek came back and literally just found out that his family was dead. So he went to the Thane and killed him. He attacked him and killed him.
Oh.
And that's what caused Gotrek to take the Slayer Oath.
And I'm betting that Gotrek never found out that it was actually Snorri's fault.
Oh no, he found out. That's one of the end time books.
Oh, I see.
That was the big reveal of the book Kinslayer. Which the reason it's called Kinslayer is because Gotrek kills Snorri.
Oh. No, that's not just
It is not a happy book.
Yeah, I just felt part of my childhood die. Oh, poor Snorri. Yeah, I remember the scene where in the Demon Slayer Snorri just lanches on the back of the Bloodthirster and uses his weapons to climb.
Snorri's pretty amazing.
Yeah, climb on his fucking climb up his back, and then just the Bloodthirster I think just punches him across the Great Hall of Krakadrak. It's just
Yeah, I mean, they were in Karak Doom.
Karak Doom, yeah, okay.
But yeah, my favorite is how he killed. Snorri was the one that killed the vampire in Vampire Slayer.
He dropped a chandelier on him, right?
That scene was he dropped a chandelier on him. That was the best thing ever. Well, he didn't drop a chandelier on him. It's more of he rode a chandelier down onto him.
It's so fucking awesome.
Do not waste my potential.
Okay. Yeah, Undertake, yeah. Man, I definitely have to reread all those books soon. Um, I'm just getting such nostalgic vibes from just talking about them.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. God damn it. I'll come back for it.
Yeah, I'm getting fucked by the Norscans who are getting fucked by the vampires.
I don't know why. I found it really funny that you actually took uh, what do you call it? Nordland. I never take Nordland. I always just use them as a shield against Norska.
Yeah, but
Because
it's
the instant you take it, the freaking Norskins will immediately
Mhm.
start attacking.
yeah, but it's like I have the United States stand, and so I can't for 9 more turns declare war on any other empire provinces, and so I would be otherwise just sitting here. So I might as well just take it and try to deal with it somehow. What's your favorite?
Your funeral.
What's our favorite food? Look, Sotek and me. Like, what's my favorite food?
I'll let you go first on this one.
Like if there's something I could eat all the
Oh
time.
no. You've cost me way too much trouble to walk away from this.
If there's a food I could eat all the time, it's tortillas, because you can basically put anything in there, and it would still be good.
I didn't even know tortillas were a popular thing in Europe.
Like it's that sort of thing. Like pizza, it's basically popular everywhere, you know.
I still get mad thinking about the last time I went to Europe, which was also the first time, but I was in England for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and the person in charge of the person in charge of the schedule, because I was there on for a specific series of events, and I'll never forget how mad I was because we went to a restaurant that was American themed,
Mm-hmm.
based on like the old West or some shit. And I remember I did not think it was possible for someone to culturally insult me, and I was wrong. Oh man, I hated that place. It
What
was
happened?
so stupid.
Did they have like some? No, I'm
They
curious.
they had all these like super obnoxious like Native American statues, which would not be okay in the United States nowadays. And like all of the servers were these annoying British people wearing cowboy hats, but they were like way too small. Like they weren't even actual cowboy hats. They were like these tiny little inauthentic pieces of garbage. And the food, which was supposed to be Western themed, was most certainly not, because it was supposed to be like Texas themed food. And I don't even remember what the menu looked like. All I remember is I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck is this mess? Like, this is absolute garbage. Just garbage for days.
Did you at least like have something that tasted well?
No, it was terrible. There was nothing good about that experience. Let me make that completely clear.
And how did you enjoy your stay in Europe otherwise?
I actually very much enjoyed England. I had a ball.
Oh, sorry, you gave me some units. Uh-huh. Well, on just vacation?
No, it was more business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long story.
No problem. Okay.
But my favorite food, for the record, is Tex-Mex nachos. Fucking love that shit. I could eat Tex-Mex every day and never get tired of it. Like I would no issues. I
Yeah.
actually really like Nashrak's boar. It's super cool looking.
Where is he?
He's got like plate armor and spikes on the tusks, and there's like a big blade coming out of its head. That's super cool looking.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Alright, dwarves, just mass charge. Let's get this over with. Nashrak, come here. I'm going to kick your ass.
Warriors, kill orcs! Za! Kill orcs! Take them down!
I'll leave it to you to deal with a lot of the super annoying shit in
Yep.
the back. Especially the chariots and wolf riders.
And what's your favorite food, Immortality? Burgers. Yeah, like all those,
Burgers.
all those,
Your burger. I love saying that.
all foods
It's
where
stupid,
you,
but I love it.
yeah, all foods where you can basically put anything inside. That's basically my thing. So like tortillas, burgers, baguettes. Yeah.
Baguettes.
Yeah.
Yes!
I
What?
don't think I've ever seen a baguette in person.
Okay.
Fire!
It's just like a mysterious food I've heard about. If someone's like, have you ever tried baguette? I'm like, I've tried bread. Like the same thing, right?
Strike out!
I don't know, I'm not cultured. Though when I was in England, I did drop by a pastry shop, a French pastry shop,
Mm-hmm.
and I was thoroughly impressed. I will say that much. I got some sweets while I was on my way to a meeting, and it was like, all right, this is pretty good. Even if I didn't understand a damn thing the cashier was trying to say to me.
Oh yeah, Undertaker, definitely kebab. Yeah, that's another thing I definitely could eat every day.
Sisters!
Roasted chicken, definitely. I don't know
I'm
what
also a big chicken person.
shoferi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it
you
right.
Could put chicken, you could like pull chicken out of a gutter and be like,
Relentless!
I promise you it's well cooked. And I'd be like, all right, if I get sick, I'm gonna be mad, but I'm gonna try it at least because chicken is trustworthy,
Yep.
except for when it kills you.
Pick your targets well!
And what else? Roasted chicken, yeah, definitely. I'm not much a fan of ducks or any other birds for that matter. I don't know why. They just every time I eat anything like I don't know, a duck or a goose, I just feel like I would rather eat chicken.
Oh, this is turning into a rather bloody battle.
Yep.
Bring them down!
Hey, so like your giant slayers are getting focused down.
Fall back.
Quarrelers!
Okay, enough of those wolf chariots.
Pretty sure the war boss is dead. I'm surprised they're still fighting.
No, he's still alive. He's still fighting Angrim. But he's almost there.
Oh, now I see him.
Move now!
And he gets away. Grand.
They have wronged us! Thunderers! Reach far, reach fast!
Alright, lads. Forward!
Charge!
Alright, now we're making some progress.
Mm-hmm.
Kill them!
No.
Understood,
Rather not.
Lord.
That'd be
Warriors!
quite a lot of friendly fire that way. Oh my god, those goblin chariots fucking survived? Yeah, doesn't matter.
Pick your targets well! Plow through! Move now!
Watch out for those big ones coming on the right flank.
Okay. Come on. No, don't rush.
We stay put.
Okay.
Fiery ring!
Pump those dwarven legs. Aye, as you command. Move.
Okay, focusing them down. Okay, good. Now, fire. Come on. Oh yeah, Wiener Schnitzel, definitely Undertaker.
Alright, I think once you're in a good point on your turn, I think we've reached a pretty good stopping point.
Yeah, I think we can save it on my turn and be done for today.
Yep, we've been going for a good, like, 34 hours.
I hope everyone had fun.
Yep, thank you all for joining us. Appreciate it. Be sure to drop a like. Wiener Schnitzel. It's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty popular where I'm from.
Place I live is pretty wild because we have just about anything here. You know where to look.
Well, that's the best possible thing you can ask for, right?
Oh, yeah. Alright, is he dead? Okay. Oh, nope, he's not dead.
Of course he's not.
Oh! That's why. He attacked me. I thought I caught him in the underway, but no, he
Uh.
actually just outright attacked me.
I see, I see.
This is good, though. He's mortally wounded, and because I'm in my territory, I will heal a pretty significant amount because I've already maxed out all of my healing skills.
Mm-hmm.
See, if I attack Nashrek's lair, he should get dragged in with it. Yeah. Hold up a second.
The Slayer throng moves.
Let me level up.
Too big of a garrison? What?
No, just the balance of power means I'm gonna have to do it myself.
I see, I see.
Let's see. Let's do hard to hit, foe seeker, and blade master. And for the runesmith, we will get another point in scouting, a point in rune of Grimner, and a point in cleanse corruption.
Mm-hmm. Undertaker,
Now we attack.
I unfortunately don't know what it is.
Attack!
Leberkasamel? I don't know.
Surprising amount of his army got away.
Do you want to fight it now?
Are you able to quick save it?
No. So let's fight it.
Yeah. We'll just knock it out real quick. Should be a fairly easy fight. All we have to do is run forward and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it does make sense that he would have healed a bit. I forgot this is his territory, not mine, because he took the settlement from me. All right, chat, you get one more fight, so we can stomp out Nashrak. Once and for all.
I love these little mini-maps they did for like the
they're
specific
fun.
factions. Like there's just next to like the first building on the right, there's just a big pile of shit. Yeah, just pile of orc dung. I love this.
Damn Erik. I imagine he's going to deploy more to the left for his reinforcements to join him. The reinforcements are notably larger than the main army defending.
Quarrelers! War of vengeance!
Alright,
Thunderers!
Wondrous.
can't forget the great axes. Alright, let's do this. Oh, nope, he did deploy in town. I will send over a couple of units to deal with that.
Okay.
Very well. Aye, as you command! Thunderers! Quarrelers! Thunderers! Understood. Vengeance! Got! Ranged firepower ready! Take 'em down! Move! Quarrelers! Pick your targets well!
Come
They
on.
have wronged us! Range far, range fast! Strike out! Bring them down! Kill them all in Beatrice!
Nashrak's about to get slapped. Boom! And he's dead.
Good, good, good.
Good job, Ungrim.
Fire! Reload! Fire! Quarrelers!
Cool to know, Undertaker. Cool to know.
Fire on the foe! Range far! Range fast! through. Nothing can stop us.
Damn, noodles or potatoes? Potatoes, definitely potatoes. Because you can do almost anything with potatoes. Right, Sotek?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, fries, French fries, American potatoes.
I am a huge whore for noodles, though. Just saying.
Look, I
My
love
my
noodles.
favorite home cooked meal is called chicken vermicelli.
Mm-hmm.
Which chicken vermicelli is literally just chickens and noodles. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that, but that's like if someone comes over and they're like, "All right, there's this really cute girl coming over, and you have to like impress her with the best dish you can make. What's it gonna be?" I'd be like, "Oh yeah, vermicelli, hands down."
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna be hitting a home run with this, no problem.
Definitely Undertaker. I like all like these side dishes, rice, potatoes, noodles. But like as I said, like you can do so many different kinds of foods with potatoes. That's why I really enjoy them. Yeah, but like Sotek, I'll stuff my face with noodles or rice if I want to. Hmm.
Alright, so Ashrak has been defeated, though I imagine his army is still going to be around for a little bit, annoyingly. But the settlement is mine, so he's not going to have much where to go, especially because he's probably going to be taking attrition damage from losing 2 battles in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid orc. Be gone, filth! And his army should not be strong enough to actually harm anything that I own. Ooh, I got Executioner. That's always nice. What upgrade to get? Let's do Blade Master. Let's... Alright, get to a save point and we will call it a day.
Hello, Lord Sadicus.
Lord
Sorry, we
Sadicus
are
making it
just
in for the-
about to end.
Making it in at the buzzer.
Yeah, but I'll release the stream like in a few hours after it's done processing, so you can check it out later. So sorry, but that's how it goes. Okay, so saved and why is the Ember Wizard the only one able to ride a griffin? Why?
Because he's just associated with beast magic. It's just a flavor thing.
Yep.
Though in tabletop they had a special. The griffin they would ride was 2-headed, which was pretty cool.
Cool.
I'm sad they didn't kind of keep that. They kind of dropped that off.
Yeah, Lord Sadicus, you can enjoy the stream tomorrow. This stream, that is. We won't. I don't think we'll stream tomorrow, right, Sotek?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I imagine we'll probably do like every other day.
Yeah, something like that. We'll definitely
Like every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah,
is what I would,
we'll definitely
what I
stream
would
later in this
say.
week again. Okay, so thanks for everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.